Almost every street in downtown Madison is full of these, and it can cause problems for drivers and businesses every day.
Good afternoon, 306 West.
Katrina Gerke is a property manager at 306 West, an apartment complex in downtown Madison. She says trying to find parking is tough.
Either you're walking a couple blocks and trying to find something and you're driving around.
While she has a parking spot and a ramp, she's dug into her own pockets to help people.
Well, I've had to give people quarters. People don't carry money on them anymore.
In Madison, parking tickets can range anywhere from $20 to $150 depending on the violation. Tickets average about $35. Jason Temby is a parking enforcement officer who's been on the job for 15 years.
There's that Audi. It's been there for 2 hours and 16 minutes and 46 seconds.
Stephanie Neeson is Madison's parking enforcement supervisor and understands that parking isn't easy.
We're on an isthmus. There's not a lot of room. We cannot expand because there's nowhere to expand.
Neeson says the most common tickets given out are expired meters or parking and no parking spots. The city generates about $5 million from parking tickets a year, all that money going towards the general fund that pays for basic city services. There's about 1,400 on-street metered spaces and about 4,100 spots in the public parking ramps throughout the city. Neeson says the city wants to make parking easier and educate the public. And one way the city plans to do just that, we'll expect some changes to the old-fashioned coin meters. This winter, the city will launch a trial period using new meters that will accept coins and credit cards at each spot. Neeson says if there's one common mistake drivers make, it's people paying for the same meter multiple times.
A lot of people think when they come down and it's a 2-hour meter, oh, I can park for 2 hours, pay again, park another 2 hours, and do that all day, when in reality it's a short-term meter. It's for 2 hours only, and then we want you to move on so someone else can park there.
And while Neeson says there hasn't been a spike in parking tickets over the past 6 years, back at 306 West, Gerke says she'll keep warning drivers to steer clear.
A lot of them want to ask about parking on the street, and I'm like, well, you know what? It's going to be a gamble.
We looked into parking at other cities in the Badger State. In Green Bay, which is about half the size of Madison, the city gave out about 30,000 parking citations annually, resulting in about $691,000 in revenue. In Milwaukee, which is almost 3 times the size of Madison, there were about 705,000 parking citations given out last year, generating about $18.6 million for the city.